We were muted that whole time.
Oh.
I just found out we were muted.
Oh, you guys missed so much good banter just
Dude,
now.
yeah, we had a lot of things. The good thing is that I'm recording this as well on audio.
So they'll get both experiences.
So they'll get to listen to, if you go to www.patreon.com/Frotcast.
You forgot the HTTP.
Yes. If you do all that and subscribe, then you will get the first 2 minutes of the show that just happened. Anyways,
It was an introduction. What's going on? Frotcast.
the thing that
I'm
we
Vince
do.
Mancini. He's Matt Lieb.
Yeah.
We're doing a weird thing. How's it going? I met your baby for the first time.
I know
tonight.
you did. Look
Yeah.
at me. Look at me. The thing about doing like a real Frotcast, like in the same room, is that you don't look at me when we're doing a real Frotcast either. Like you are staring away right now.
I mean, where should I be looking? I feel it feels weird to just like look at you in the eyes like
I don't
this.
think it's weird at all.
All right.
That's what friends
It's
do.
not so much weird. It's just like uncomfortable. Like if you were sitting across from me, I feel like we'd be.
Then I'd have to have two cameras and a switcher that goes back and forth
Yeah.
between the cameras.
I'm not arguing the logistics. I'm just telling you, like, it seems weird to like. Do
No,
this.
it's fine. You don't have to look at me.
I have
Actually,
very stiff traps. I'm like old and broken.
I think it's better that you don't look at me, to be honest, because I
Yeah.
feel like,
I'd mess you up.
yeah, and it's like Sigma for us to be not looking at each other in the eye.
Is that like one of the new cool types of men?
I feel like there was like alpha males and beta males,
Mm-hmm.
and
They just skipped
And
over
then-
gamma delta.
I
epsilon.
think they decided that those didn't sound badass enough. And then Sigma, I think, is like, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Hearts in the chat, if you know what I'm talking about. I don't really know what hearts in the chat means.
I think they just put hearts. They
Yeah,
say they like it.
Yeah, it might be that. Sigma is the like alpha-ist of alpha males. Am I right about that? Sigma grind set, someone said.
No, I think it's like Sigma is like you're like a cool outsider. An alpha is like a Chad, and
Okay.
a Sigma is like
The guy in the corner in the meme who's like, they don't know that I'm the coolest guy here.
yeah.
And while everyone's dancing.
That's right. They don't know that I'm going to blog about this later.
Right,
It's going to
yeah.
get so many hits.
The guy who played, I think it was the Predator, is...
Hey, it's me.
Hey, it's my cousin Predator.
Hey, I'm the Predator.
All right.
Where'd you go? Are you all covered in mud?
All right. He is from Fresno, so he can do that.
You teed it up, and then you're going to...
I didn't tee it up. I
Yeah, you
just
did.
said, all right. The point is he...
You don't want to say Predator again because you knew what I'd do.
The P word is very active on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
And he has that meme where he's standing at the party alone in a corner, and it goes, they don't know that I'm the Predator. So anyways, fuck! All right, we're back. Here's the thing.
We didn't know your camera had an auto off.
Okay, so I don't know where in in the switch for the camera to make it not automatically turn off. I think after 5 minutes. So
Okay, well, have fun doing that.
yeah, so we're just gonna keep it rolling, keep
Sure.
it rocking.
Yeah.
This is, what do you expect from this? Was a last minute thing, Vince. You've come down.
That last minute.
Well,
we had like 2 days.
Well, no, but you came down. You said you were coming down, and I was like, "That's cool. Let's do a live broadcast." Look at me! And then we're gonna go out to dinner tonight. He's taking me out to a lovely dinner. Where are we going?
A pump?
Are you taking off your shirt?
No, just my jacket. I think on my jacket.
Okay, take it off. We're going to a place called Pump, which is totally normal name. And then I was like, "Hey, if we're gonna be frauding, I just bought this new camera. Let's do a live stream. We haven't done this in forever, dude."
I don't remember you pitching the live part, but I was like, sure. I know we're a video podcast now, so that's kind of part of the deal.
Well, not necessarily. We're gonna do a few video podcasts here and there, just to see how it works.
sure.
Obviously, I'm gonna work out the thing where the camera turns off every once in a while. I don't know how to change that.
Like a button.
I'm positive there's a button, but I don't know where in the settings is. Okay, how about this? While we're doing the Frotcast, shout out, just sound off in the chat if you know how to make it stop turning off.
This is great.
It is a Sony
We're trying to crowdsource a producer.
It's a 4K Handycam. It's the model is called FDR 30 something or 50 something. So let me know how that works out, and you guys can Google it.
Do you wanna talk content yet, or are we gonna?
I don't know.
Well, actually, I heard that you are sending your child to a daycare where all of the other parents are also comedians.
No, that's not necessarily the case. Yes, but it's not because we're like we want the comedian daycare. No, it's because we
Mr. Chuckles,
it's a clown.
laugh parent,
Yeah,
funny daycare. Yeah.
yeah. Hold on, let's see. Did anyone figure it out? Click the button. Someone says no. Yeah, nobody knows. No, it's because that's like what we get recommended. All of our friends with kids are comedians with kids. So, and it's right around the corner, and it is a beautiful little daycare, and I'm very excited about it.
I like that you're part of an entire like shadow economy where you go to the therapist that specializes in comedians, and now you're sending your kid to the daycare that does only kids of comedians. Oh, I feel like that is a good thing. Like children of comedians probably have very specific needs that other kids wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they need like trauma counseling from having loser fucking parents crying in front of them all the time. That's got to be bad.
Well, most kids need attention, whereas I feel like the children of comedians, they just need someone to, like to talk to about other people needing their attention all the time. Like they need to commiserate about, having bits tested out on them and whatnot.
Yeah, and like just someone that I think the children of comedians need to be in a space together where they can all kind of commiserate about the fact that like, well, they need a place that goes like, don't be like your parents. Become a doctor, a lawyer, doctor. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That would be sick. I would love it if Karina became like a doctor and then a lawyer.
That's like Dr. Lawyer, Brian Grubb's pitch for a TV show.
It's a great pitch.
Yeah.
Lays like a lawyer who's also a doctor and a cop and an ambulance guy.
And autistic.
Oh my God. If he was autistic, that right there, that's a perfect show.
I actually, until this week's spate of good doctor memes, I had no idea that it was about an autistic doctor.
I didn't know either. This whole time it was just called The Good Doctor, and I was like, it's a show about a good doctor. I don't know what to tell you.
He had like a weird piercing gaze in the picture, and I thought
he was a kid.
I thought he was like a secret murderer or something, or was like I thought he was evil Doogie Howser.
I thought fuck. I thought maybe he was the president or related to the president. Because isn't there the good wife, but she's not a good wife.
Madam Doctor.
Yeah, or something. No, I didn't know he was autistic. I thought he was maybe Doogie Howser. I thought it was like kind of a Doogie Howser thing. Like,
that's what I thought.
He's
evil Doogie.
Yeah, I didn't think evil, but I did think like fucky.
Yeah.
I thought he might be fucky. Mm-hmm. Because the look was a guy who's fucky. Like that's the look you do when you're like, ooh, I fuck.
I liked that Doogie Howser's thing was like, okay. He's a genius child prodigy, and he's a doctor, even though he's a kid. Also, he has an Italian friend.
Yeah, I like that. Does he have an Italian friend?
Yeah, Vinny Del Pino.
Oh, right, of course.
The
Sopranos guy, Benny. Yeah. Having an Italian friend, I think in the 80s was like, that was...
Yeah, because you knew like a real doctor would never have an Italian friend.
Right.
That was how you knew he was a kid.
Yeah.
Because it was like, okay.
Yeah.
He's a doctor, but like he hasn't outgrown...
like being friends with Italians.
That's right.
Yeah. Which is like, at some point you reach a certain age.
All TV writers in the 80s, that was just like the natural course of life is like you have Italian friends when you're a kid, and then you outgrow them to like become a doctor or become...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you don't talk to them anymore.
Yeah.
Why would you?
You know what I'm realizing? I'm sorry, but so it is plugged in, but what if I just put the battery in instead? We could try that.
All right,
and
sure.
See what happens.
I don't want to talk about technical stuff, so just do it, and then.
No, I mean, you can talk about technical stuff. Everyone loves tech. Okay, so you're gonna look.
Someone pointed out that Doogie was the first blogger, which is also true.
So they should still be able to hear you. Sound off in the chat if you can still hear his idiot ass.
That was, I forgot that it was like the framing device of the show was basically the same as Sex in the City, where it was like Doogie typing to his diary.
Uh-huh.
And it made little beeps.
Is the video back?
Yep.
Sick. All right, let's see how this works. I bet it'll work now. Someone wrote battery would be worse. Thank you. Thank you. I just thought, like, here, tell me this. Sound off in the chat if our video and audio is synced normal. Let me know. We're too old to be on video is the problem.
Nah, we're fine.
Okay, I like that. Weirdly good attitude from me just then.
Do you want to talk about...
Let's talk about content, man. What's going on in the world?
Well, we had a coronation.
We did. The king. The king was made.
There's a new king.
Oh, we got a king now. Yay. That's the face I do when I do that voice.
Yeah, you guys.
Oh, yeah. It's my hopeful penguin. Yeah.
It does add to the bit. He does. Look how English he looks. Yeah, so it had an atmosphere of, like this ancient ceremony, but also like a state fair kind of.
Right. Yeah. No, it was because they let tourists come, right? Like it's like there's a lot of
I mean they exist solely for tourism purposes, so that makes sense.
Right. I guess tourists is the wrong. It's like they allow peasants or something. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like like weird like snaggle-teethed Britons who are there with their little like newsy caps, and they're going like, "Oh, there's gonna be a new king now, man!" And they're just like one like an Irish woman in a dress and a rolling pin. She's like, "Oh, I don't like the king. You're not the king of me." That's what they say.
My only king's Jesus.
Oh, yeah, my only king is Jesus Christ, King of Kings. Every time the king puts on his crown, Jesus cries blood. The blood that goes down his face when he wore the crown of thorns. That's what they sound like.
So I have a Washington Post article about the coronation.
Ooh, WAPO.
And it's there's a lot of crossover with our beat, which is obviously Hollyweird.
Oh, love Hollyweird.
In one of the more surprising moments heralding this country's new sovereign, Hollywood royalty Tom Cruise assured actual royalty King Charles III that he could be, quote, his wingman anytime. The Top Gun actor's message was among the highlights of Sunday evening's concert celebrating the weekend's coronation. Some 20,000 members of the public, ticket holders via a lottery, gathered with royals on the grounds of Windsor Castle, the first time a concert has ever been held there. Many more watched on the telly at home. Okay, settle down.
You're a fucking American newspaper. You don't have to say telly to make them feel good.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a throwback to the days when writing for newspapers was so boring that, if you got to use like a cool word, that was like the highlight of your whole month.
Yeah.
Like, I got to write telly on there.
That should keep me alive for 24 hours before I do more suicidal ideation.
I remember when I was doing copywriting for an SEO company where we made like websites for doctors and dentists and plastic surgeons. There was one client that was British, so of course, like I wrote like David Beckham fish and chips style.
Hell yeah!
I think I
get
quit.
In trouble?
I think I quit like 2 weeks later, and people would tell me for years afterwards that like how mad the people were. And like, oh, we spent so long cleaning up that stupid website that you made.
You made it was a whole website?
No, I did like they did, where it was like, oh, you can get your teeth cleaned while you watch telly. Oh, maybe enjoy some crisps on your lorry. It was like any excuse to keep myself from putting a gun in my mouth.
Yeah, you do what you got to do in those kinds of jobs. That's why manual labor sounds more and more pleasant. Like as the years go by. I'm just like, I'll be like, I'll do shelves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I can,
Hey, it's me, manual
no,
labor.
why? Why? Why?
I don't know. They enjoyed an eclectic mix of dance, music, spoken tributes, and skits. And there were gasps.
Ooh, skits?
Yeah, yeah. I need to know more
I
about
know,
the skits.
please. I hope is there a video? of
There's
the
got to
skits?
be like James Corden doing carpool
Oh,
karaoke,
God.
like on horseback or something.
For a second, I was thinking like, I don't know, the Monty Python shit might be funny, but then I realized that skits in Britain nowadays is just Corden style.
Well,
jokes.
it's just a man dresses as a woman, and it's very droll.
Yeah.
Everybody waves their handkerchiefs.
I love Droll. Droll is always good. Sound off in the chat if you're still here.
And there were gasps from the audience during a dazzling drone show, which lighted up the night sky with the colorful outlines of a whale, lion, rabbit, flower, and other images.
Oh, those all sound like good images.
Cool. During Cruise's pre-recorded sketch, a nod to Charles's training as a jet pilot in his early 20s, the actor flew a small vintage craft through thick clouds. He addressed the new leader with a salute, a greeting that played on huge screens on the castle grounds. Pilot to pilot, Your Majesty, Cruise said. You can be my wingman anytime.
What does that even mean? Like you can like help me fuck? Oh, he's flying.
Yeah, no, you can be the other pilot that watches.
Oh, so wingman is derived from something that pilots do?
Yeah, yeah.
That makes so much more sense.
Mm-hmm. Do you get it now?
Not really, because what does the wingman do? They sit on the wing. I can't sit on a wing.
No.
What do they do?
No, they
fly in another plane?
They fly in another plane that's situated near the first plane's wing.
That seems dangerous. Oh, good.
Like that.
Oh,
Yeah, like that.
oh, like this?
Yeah, yeah. Like one's going that way. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. I think it's weird for Americans to be given messages to royalty.
Yeah, no, I mean, but if anyone's going to do it, Tom Cruise doing it makes the most sense because he's just like, you know, he is kind of American royalty. So he's like, you know, king to king. I think it's dope that you wear the crown now, you fucking inbred weasel looking motherfucker. No one has ever looked more melty in a crown.
Yeah.
He looks like a chocolate king. You know what I mean? Just like,
I haven't. People have been
oh,
talking.
we left out in the sun for too long, and now all the chocolate melt down my nose. Why is my finger so big?
Is that the thing? Is his fingers big? I know people have been talking about his.
Have you seen his weird finger?
No.
Oh, dude, he's got a fatty finger. See, King Charles finger.
Is that like the Habsburg jaw? It's like, oh, he's got the Windsor fingers, yeah.
Yeah, he got Windsor fingers.
Needs specially designed gloves. He does.
He definitely has Windsor fingers. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it and then share it. Cause
Oh yeah, you can do that now.
yeah, dude.
Ooh.
Okay, so here we go.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you got to look at these sausage fingers just so everybody can see it. Share
I know
screen.
sausage fingers is like sort of a cliche, but there really is no other way to describe those. Those are very.
Yeah, look at these fingers here.
Is that like a hypertension thing? It seems like his hands are very puffy.
I don't know what it is, dog. I think it's just like, I think it's from eating too many bangers and mash. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got the gout now.
Yeah, he's got. Is that gout though? Is your a foot thing or is
Yeah,
is
knees. I think. Like you get urine crystals in your in your joints or something like that.
Yeah, urine crystals.
Yeah, like uric acid or something. It's urine related.
Crystals though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fancy. Oh, I got crystals in my urine. Yeah, got to push it out my penis. Yeah. Oh, me? Yeah, I've got crystals. Come out my bladder. Feels good.
I hope they're enjoying
Hello.
this live stream.
I mean,
What's it like to watch two guys sit on a couch and read things to each other from their
bro,
laptops?
this is all podcasts now.
That's true.
The only difference is that we don't have the single shot like camera thing, where it's like it goes back and forth
Yeah,
between
so
you
we
and
can
me.
look at each other like humans.
No, but they don't even look at each other, though. They pretend to look at each other, but they don't really. What actually happens is two people sitting next to each other talking into cameras, and they are just giving advice about how women shouldn't come because it takes away your sovereignty as a man or something.
Yeah, that's true. Well, then she doesn't.
I
Need
never let my woman come.
She doesn't need anything from you there.
Yo, what up, TikTok? I just want to let people know out there that female ejaculate is pee, and it doesn't feel good. That when they do it, it's for lies.
Doesn't taste good.
It definitely doesn't taste good.
It smells okay, but it's sterile, and that's the important
The
thing.
important thing is that it's sterile and it's got a lot of good seed oils. So you take the seed oil.
No, dude, the seed oils are bad. Don't you know anything?
I actually don't. Are they bad?
Yeah, the seed oils are bad.
God, what's wrong with the seed oils? Tell me.
I actually tried to figure this out the other day. It's kind of complicated, but basically, well, it's complicated. I'm not sure what qualifies as a seed oil. Like, is peanut oil a seed oil? Because peanut is like
Not a seed.
it's a bean.
It's
I know
It's a legume.
I know canola and soybean, but soybean is also a bean. So, and that's definitely a seed oil.
Wait, what's a seed? I don't even know a seed. Oh, like a
Canola.
That a seed,
Yeah, it's actually from a plant called rapeseed.
bro? Are you trying to
I
get
know.
us canceled?
It's just what it's
Are you
called.
trying to get us fucking canceled?
So
First, you do
I think
the Punisher voice with the, you do, or was it
It
Predator?
was Predator. I don't even know what the Punisher sounds like. Like the basic theory is that it takes, an insane amount of that thing to make the oil.
Oh,
Like
takes
it's
a lot
really
of seeds.
refined. So it's like you like to get corn oil. You
gotta have a lot of corn.
like a full acre of corn or something like that.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. I don't know why that's bad for you, but that's the theory that it's like less natural than squeezing some olives.
I don't care. I
Yeah.
feel like anyone who's like,
I don't care either. I tried to figure it out, and it was like, yeah.
that's what happens when you like get laid off. You're just like, and I'm gonna figure out the seed oil thing.
No, mostly you send like a lot of whiny emails.
Could you please employ me? I'm Beans.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's me, baby Beans. That's new character.
Tell me I'm good.
Oh, I'm baby Beans. My teeth hurt because I sucked on my dick. That's what you sound like.
I do say that.
Yeah. Oh, did we gained some people?
Oh yeah, that's
Perfect timing.
What are they thinking?
Someone just wrote finger each other.
Mm.
All right. You know what?
Oh, sorry, I lost my place. Charles and Camilla watched the extravaganza from the royal box. Probably a welcome change of pace.
The royal box is a pussy, yeah.
Probably
It's
a-
a pussy, yeah.
Probably a welcome change of pace from Saturday when they were center stage. At one point, with Lionel Richie singing, the couple got up to dance. In the most emotional moment of the night, Prince William paid tribute to his pa and said the late Queen Elizabeth II was, quote, fondly keeping an eye on us. She would be a proud mother.
From hell?
Yeah.
Elizabeth's looking out. Like, you're doing a great job. I'll see you soon. She's a little demon. She probably has status in hell. You know what I mean?
What did she do bad things?
Oh, but I don't. Not
Or is it like original
necessarily.
sin from being like a royalty?
I think being royalty, you're in hell, right? You don't get to live your life in a castle for fucking 90 years and not go to hell for at least 20.
Okay. Well, I didn't know there was like a time.
Oh yeah, in my version of hell, it's like
Yeah,
prison.
I'm okay. Yeah, okay, that works. That makes sense.
I don't this whole eternal hell thing. I don't know why anyone fucking do that.
Yeah, I've never connected to that.
Some people are pointing out that the camera is not turning off anymore, which means the battery thing is going great. Except if you think about the fact that at some point the battery is going to run out. But I did charge it, so. Anyways, this is all good content, good and good. Keep reading. I got you, bro. Don't worry.
The range of artists reflected the king's wide interest. They included the Chinese pianist Lang Lang, the Italian tenor, sorry, I don't know why that was funny. The Italian tenor Andrea Bocelli and Welsh Grammy winner Bryn Terfel.
Oh, we've got a whole range of art here. We've got a Chinese man who's going to do something. Lang Lang. Yeah. We've got Walt Dago, yeah. He's blind, so he can't see me.
He's got a lady's name.
He can't see me disdain. as he sings in a woman's voice, yeah. And someone from Welshland.
I think Hugh Jackman did something too, sent some sort of message. Just the
Hugh Jackman did?
yeah. Hugh
Wait,
Jackman.
but he's
Australian.
He's Australian. I feel like
so he's
Australian,
sort of a subject of the king.
I feel like the Australians. First of all, Australians in general are like, "Oh, fuck that cunt," whenever they're talking about the Queen. But I feel like there's a few Australians who are like royalists. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, there's that strain.
There's
I
a strain of that here.
Sure. I went to a cricket match when I lived in Australia when I was in college.
Cricket's like baseball, right?
Yeah, just way dumber.
Yeah,
just like
dumb guy
really,
baseball.
A really asinine form of baseball. I mean, baseball is pretty bad to begin with.
Yeah,
but this is an even more asinine version of it that takes 5 days to play a full match.
Shut up! No, it doesn't.
Yeah, full match is 5 days, and there's lunch breaks.
Do you have to watch them eat lunch?
I mean, I assume it's like an intermission. The one I went to
Do
was
they
a one
do
day
it
match.
on the field? Oh, it's lunchtime! Yay! They ring a bell.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
bread pie roll.
No, there's one guy in each team who's designated to hold the tray of teas and such.
Huh?
No, but yeah. So we watched a cricket match. It was England versus Australia, and
Yeah.
and I was in Australia with some Australians, and it was like the middle of the day on a weekday, and we were drunk singing lewd songs about the Queen. I think there was a song called "The Queen Takes It Up the Bum," and at one point, the guys, these heavily tattooed blue collar worker types behind us said that we should knock it off.
Wait, why?
I think it was because I'm not 100% clear on whether it was just because we were drunk, obnoxious college kids, which we were, or whether it was specifically that we'd crossed some sort of line in the lewd songs about the Queen.
Well, I don't think there's any line that has been crossed. I think if you're a true patriot of any former British colony, then you have to celebrate hating the Queen.
Yeah,
It's
but they're
part of the religion.
But they never had a thing where they separated. They're still.
Are they still? So they're still.
Yeah, they're still part of the Commonwealth.
Oh.
I think they had
I lost a little bit of respect for them.
Yeah, they had a referendum in the 70s. I think it was the 60s or 70s where they took a vote to see whether they wanted to officially separate, and it actually failed because the older people were like, "Nah, we like the Queen."
Yeah. I mean, what do you get from being part of the Commonwealth? It's all of your money is got a fucking Queen
You're
on
gonna
it.
have to have King Charles on your money. Even the Canadians are gonna have to
gross.
have King Charles on their money.
God. For that alone,
Yeah.
I would be like, nah, we're out. I don't just imagine having to see that ugly fuck. I mean, listen, they're all ugly. All the American presidents and everything, they're ugly too. So them being on the bills is,
Yeah, but I don't know. They came by their ugliness honestly.
Yeah, that's true. That is they're honest uggos, 1700s uggos, the hottest people there at the time, probably.
I mean, we like to throw stones about the royalty being inbred, but we're probably inbred. Everybody's probably a little bit inbred.
I'm very inbred.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ever tell you about my dad's 23andMe?
No.
Disgusting. It's 99% Ashkenazi Jewish, which is...
That's too high.
That's so high that there's cousins in there. There's there's not that many Ashkenazi Jews for it to be only Ashkenazi Jews. That is fucking disgusting. Yeah. So anyways,
have you done 23andMe?
No, both my parents did, I think. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'm half that, half that.
Yeah.
Well, why do I need to also do it? If they did it, I just put it together.
I don't know. I also, I think this was right after I read about the Golden State Killer getting caught because one of his family members did 23andMe.
Wait, that's how he got caught? Oh shit! Sorry,
doing?
I accidentally played.
Why are you playing me? Don't do that.
I wanted to see the stream, see if it looked good.
No, don't. You can't do that while you're talking.
Yeah, no, I just realized that, bro.
No, I just mean like you can't pay attention to
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
No, I know it's so hard.
So,
dude.
but then I was like trying to think, like, am I scared? Like, it wouldn't be a bad thing if some distant cousin of mine got caught for being a serial killer, would it? Or is it me prioritizing my personal shame over?
Wait, are you that's why you're not doing 23andMe's because you think that there's a chance?
It's one of the reasons I felt weird about it.
Because on the off chance that you have a serial killer in your bloodline and you don't want that guy getting caught, or you
No,
just
it's
don't.
not that I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why it made me feel weird, but I was like, I don't know.
I mean, I agree that
I
don't.
also think I felt like I read that there were some weird things in their terms of service where it's like you give them permission to. It's like you give them permission for some sort of future gene therapy thing.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't fuck with it. That is the exact reason why I don't, because I don't like that. I don't want my genes to be data, because I'll say historically, when people are given the chance to categorize people via their DNA, it has not ended well. And it just feels too eugenics-y. So that's why I don't.
Yeah, that was in there too.
Yeah,
there was like a lot of weird, like vaguely negative reasons, and then like the upside was just sort of like, oh, I guess I get to find out the nationalities I already know I am.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the thing. I think it would be interesting if like if there's some question, like if you're, say, Elizabeth Warren and you want to know whether or not you should have done that tuna recipe that was Choctaw.
I feel like somewhat compelled to defend her for that whole thing.
All right.
Just because, like, I mean, I don't want to defend her because I think she has shit instincts in many other ways.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But I feel like half of anybody who grew up in Oklahoma grows up hearing that they're X amount Native American, that is not an uncommon thing,
right? Where I will also defend her for that whole thing was
but the part where she took the DNA test to prove it, that was like it was gonna be a gotcha moment.
Yeah,
that was really bad.
Like Trump would be like, "Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah,
I've never been more wrong in my life. Gosh, I atone for all those jokes." Fucking idiot. No, where I, somewhat in her defense too, I was like, well, yeah, she was a little bit Indian. It was like 2%.
Sure.
But that's 2 more percentage than I have.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that
I mean,
that does not allow her to be a part of a Native American cookbook. I think that's a little weird. Also,
sure.
she did a lot of the white person finds out that they have a little bit of ethnic ancestry and then puts that in every job application or college application.
But I think, as we've said, all of these conversations about what is considered appropriation and what isn't and blah blah blah, if you take it to the nth degree where you're going to end up measuring skulls, that's
right.
There's
that's why I stop at anything where it feels like we're going to get into phrenology, and I'm like, oh, I'm not interested. That is across the board. Same thing with casting. If someone is trying to cast, they're casting Gal Gadot as
I still feel like that's not how you pronounce
Gadot.
that.
It's Gadot, but I'm not going to do an Israeli accent. Gal Gadot.
Yeah, you are. Do it.
Gal Gadot, my wife. That's it. They're casting her as Cleopatra, and people were mad because they're like, Cleopatra is black, and then people historians were like, well, technically she was Macedonian, and and I'm like, guys, stop. If it's ambiguous historically, then just let it fucking go.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like a hill to die on, because then you start trying to measure skulls and being like, is your skull the correct? No.
I can get a comb through her hair. She can't play this role.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Get a brown bag. It's like, no. We're not doing a brown bag rule. We're not doing anything. Just let Cleopatra be whatever. I don't give a shit. Same thing with Little Mermaid. I'm like, it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I've got a good clip I sent you for that one.
Oh, you got a Little Mermaid clip?
Yeah. Well, the Little Mermaid's perfect because like Disney has successfully managed to do this thing where like their entire project is lazily recreating their own animated movies as don't play it yet, but
Okay. Yeah.
I said don't
They
don't
can't
play it.
hear it, idiot.
Okay. Like lazily remaking their own animated movies, which is like maybe the most cynical way to keep making money off your old shit.
Yeah, it is. It's like delightfully greedy in a
Yeah.
way where I'm just like, you know, at least they're going for it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're like, we're redoing all of it. Everything we've ever made is gonna be worse. Like I like that.
Yeah.
Like
at this point,
they
they've
did it
made
one
like 4 of
time-
them, and we've forgotten half of them because they just keep doing
Dude,
it.
they've made. What do you mean 4? They've made like.
They made what? The Jungle Book, Lion King, what else?
Beauty and the Beast,
yeah.
Aladdin, Mulan.
Oh yeah. Wait, they
fucking-
made a live action Mulan.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, they successfully have changed the conversation from how fucking lazy they are in just like recycling their hits,
Right.
to like they just managed to do one thing that pisses off enough conservatives that now you have to buy the thing.
Right.
You have to go see Little Mermaid or else the Trump people win.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, it's so cynical and it's just delightfully greedy. It's greedy in a way where you're just like, oh, this is bald face. Like you guys.
Yeah, their heart's not in it. I love that about it.
Yeah. That's like, if they were earnest about it, I might be a little bit more annoyed because they'd be failing despite their best efforts, but they're giving it their worst effort.
Yeah, no, that's
So they're just like, fuck it. Like they almost make AI do it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If these movies came out, you know, fucking in the next few years, I'd be like, I think these are AI guys.
Yeah, and I
don't even know these
I feel like
actors.
that's a win-win because I don't think any director really wants to direct the like live action Little Mermaid.
No, yeah, of course not. It's like they're never going to be given the liberty to make it their own. So didn't Disney, they redid Pinocchio, right? And then what's his name?
Oh yeah, there was like 3 Pinocchio movies
Right.
last year.
Yeah. A lot of people just got like Pinocchio fever. They're like, this is a great idea.
Yeah, but it was somehow like no one saw any of them. There
Well,
was Guillermo del Toro,
yeah.
Pinocchio, I think, and then Disney, and I think there was another one.
Yeah, well, there's a third one. It's a porn called Pinocchio. It was about your dad having sex
Wow, dude.
with your mom.
Wow. Never mind.
What am I saying?
So that clip, I feel like this is so we're lazily remaking The Little Mermaid. Then you follow this trail all the way down to like the red carpet reporter, which is like one of the most asinine things in the universe just on a good day. But then you apply that to a live action Little Mermaid a live action Little Mermaid movie, and you get this clip.
Okay.
Let's talk about the memes. Flounder's too skinny. People were saying Flounder's too skinny. What did you think?
So he's talking to Jacob Tremblay, who is the little boy from the movie Room.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. He did a smart thing, and I'm convinced it's because he's Canadian, and so therefore his parents like are slightly less deluded than like American ones would be.
Okay.
Is like he sort of hit puberty and then pivoted to voice acting, so he's just like doing the voice of Flounder. Like his last few movies have just been voice work.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is a smart thing to do.
I don't know. He's handsome.
Not because
When
he's
you-
ugly or anything. I just feel like anyone, like if you're famous as a 10-year-old, you don't want to go through that transition between like 10 and 20 in the public eye.
Yeah. No, that is the most humiliating time to be on camera.
Yeah.
Saw yourself as Flounder. Do you think Flounder should have had a little more weight?
No, well, I actually was shown the design when I went in for my audition. Rob had showed me.
So now he's got to show how invested he is like in this project. Like,
Yeah,
I was actually I was part of this
start.
process on every step of the way.
And no, I just had complete faith in Rob. I thought it looked great because that was kind of like the puppet that they had on set. And then, of course, when I went and saw the film, I watched it last night. And I
he's like he's treating this question as if it's like an earnest question that he needs to answer earnestly. It's like, bro, he's asking you about whether the CGI fish you play is not as fat as like the previous cartoon fish.
It is so sad because it's like he knows he has to answer this question.
I mean, in terms of being a professional, like he's knocking it out of the park.
He's doing great.
Like he's doing so much work. It's like, come on, man. You don't need to do that much work to justify the existence of a red carpet reporter at the fucking Little Mermaid premiere.
I think it just all works so well. I couldn't imagine it looked different. I just think that they were a genius. They were geniuses, and they kind of just made it work so well. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel so bad for him. Like,
oh, it sucks to have to, especially like the guy asking the question, like he himself is so thirsty for blood. Like he's just like,
I mean, you're trying to find an interesting angle to the fact that they remade The Little Mermaid as a live action movie, and now you're interviewing the kid who does the voice of the fish in the movie.
and asking, how come Flander don't have badonkadonk?
He's like, how does this relate to the zeitgeist? I got to figure this one out.
I'm telling you, this is literally my lobotomized red carpet guy character. Just hey. Hi, welcome Entertainment Now. Oh, hi, you play Skinny Fish. Internet says, not today. What do you think about Internet saying not fat enough fish? His eyes bleeding. Oh, well, yeah, so...
I scratched these out of the way here.
Hey, did you ever eat fish? When I was young, Mom made me try to eat fish. I get mad. Never try again. Sometimes fish smell bad. Anyway.
I mean, that's really like stream of consciousness of a complete idiot is honestly better than like the actual job of a red carpet reporter.
I would so much rather just you see the lobotomy scar.
Like clearly deranged person.
Hey! Hi, you now knew my new best friend. So I watch a movie from childhood.
Last night, fish sent me messages. Was that you?
Yeah. Sometimes if I don't sleep long enough, I talk to fish. I could talk any animal if I don't sleep. Hey, I used to watch a movie about flounder when I was a baby. Now I'm an adult and I watch a flounder again. Why do you make flounder again?
See, that's too earnest.
Yeah.
That's like an actual question.
He accidentally asked really deep questions.
They're like, oh no, cut his mic.
Cut his mic. Get a little bit more brain out.
Oh God.
We didn't get all of his frontal lobe.
It's way too close to home in terms of like being able to have a job in like the movie I mean everybody's
the media sphere.
The movie media sphere.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like oh yeah, you can't actually ask. You can't acknowledge like the real things.
No, because
George Clooney, what kind of shirt you wear?
Yeah. Hey, George Clooney, you look sexy today. What is it like being so sexy all day? Well, I like, and they always answer the question almost out of pity. Because they're just like, this guy's got to eat.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think
like, if I don't answer, if I'm mean to this guy, they're going to take a little bit more brain.
Your idea that it's a mental patient, I feel like that's really how they should play it.
Yeah, like, I know. I think they would
wouldn't you much rather see like a 300-pound construction worker with like a lobotomy scar than like Mario Lopez?
100% any day. Like, to me...
Hey, Margot Robbie!
Yeah. Hi, Margot Robbie. You look beautiful. I'm hungry. So when they made you play Barbie, when you first saw Barbie, did you have to play? Did you have to play pretend? Or are you Barbie? I like this guy. I actually think the more I do the voice, the more I'm like, This is the real guy.
You're like Joe when he pretended to be the kid with Down syndrome who nobody came to his birthday party
for his wife
and made his wife cry.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's what happens if you don't laugh at someone doing a really problematic bit. They will go into drama.
Yeah.
And then, the bit turns into like a monologue.
The bit gets sad.
Oh, you don't want to make the bit sad.
So Robert De Niro is having another kid.
Oh,
He's only 79.
Holy fuck. He got someone pregnant?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh my God.
Page 6 asked the actor whether he was surprised to
Are the
become a father
sperms still
again.
young? Yeah, sperm,
No.
I guess, are always young.
No, those are old too. But sperm don't age like the rest of your body.
Yeah.
That would be sad. Sad. A sperm having to like take 2 ibuprofens to get from your dick to the egg.
Wheezing. Just like, oh, I sprained my tail. It's also Italian.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't a sperm?
Yeah,
be
sperm
Italian?
would be Italian.
Page 6 asked the actor whether he was, quote,
That's
surprised
a spicy egg ball.
to become a father again at 79 while he was at the premiere of his film About My Father on Tuesday night. No, he said, he was not surprised. How could you not plan that kind of thing? It's like, well, you didn't plan it that well. You're fucking 79.
You're 79.
You're going to be 90 when your kid is still in elementary school.
Yeah, that sucks. And again, he has so many kids, right? He must have a lot of
This
kids.
is his 7th.
Holy fuck. Same wife? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'll be honest. I did ask it for realsies. And then as it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, that's the stupidest
De
question.
Niro, who is 79, had the 6 other kids. With
Sound off in the chat if you're still enjoying. I'm sorry, just kidding.
That's fine. I don't care. With three women over the course of 35 years. His eldest is Drana, 51, whom De Niro
Drana.
adopted when he married her mother, Diane Abbott, in 1976. De Niro had Raphael, 46, with Abbott as well. He had twins Aaron and Julian, 27, with model actor Tukey Smith.
Tukey.
And then had 2 children with his second ex-wife, Grace Hightower. Elliot, 25, and Helen, 11. So good for him.
Oh.
I mean, I'm glad as I get older that all of our public figures and politicians are just insanely comically elderly now.
Yeah. I mean, did you see Dianne Feinstein's back?
Yeah, they weekend at Bernie's their ass.
Dude.
Someone's gotta play the steel drums, and and the genie's gonna make her dance, and hopefully
So voodoo
hopefully
lady
he
makes
plays
her
the right
dance.
notes so that she can confirm the judges that she needs to confirm before they put her back inside the coffin.
Bro, like, honestly, like, just if she can just get that done, then she can go back to, whatever she was doing, which I think was recovering from a stroke. They said it was shingles, but then you saw her face.
Yeah, I don't think shingles like makes your face droop, but I don't know. I mean, shingles probably has a lot of weird effects on the body when you're 89 years old.
Anything has weird effects on the body when you're 89 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think any kind of illness, and all of a sudden it's just
Any
like,
type of food.
I can't feel my titties no more. I think that it is like, personally, I don't know. It's like so sickening the amount of people who every time we have an old politician who absolutely should be like put out to pasture. How many like this, and I feel like this only happens with Democrats, where how many people just are like, oh, is it because they're a woman? And it's just like, no, it's because remember how Roe v. Wade's not here no more? Remember how there is a fucking like a conservative supermajority?
Just like, remember when Strom Thurmond was also old? And you're like, yeah, that was pretty bad.
That was also
too.
bad.
That's pretty bad too.
That's all bad. All of it is bad. But who currently is the old person who is stopping like judges from being appointed who are not going to like make, fucking being a gypsy illegal or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, fucking like just why defend it? You know what I mean?
Feels like inertia.
And another thing, dude. Another thing. Fucking ladies trying to come.
What's with these clowns in Congress?
What's with all these clowns?
Oh man.
I love this idea of the podcast that can't figure out whether or not they're a Sigma male podcast or a politics podcast. We don't know which one. Someone actually mentioned the Meg too.
Yeah. Yeah, Shark big.
Shark even more
Shark
bigger than before.
even more big.
Shark even more big.
Ben Wheatley, the guy who did like Free Fire and A Field in England.
I don't know either of those.
He makes movies that are really good that I haven't been able to make it through yet. And I don't think that's like...
Wait, this is the guy who's making the next Meg?
Yeah.
So someone good is making Meg
Yeah, he
too?
makes like smart art movies.
Oh my God. So this
The
could
Meg's
be...
also like a book series. Like some guy wrote
Right. Originally...
like 7 books
Yeah.
about what if Shark big.
Yeah, right. I mean, best writer in world. Yeah, someone I forget who did. I think it was Patty Moe tweeted out like, I've been a Meg head from the beginning, and tweeted the cover of the original, one of the original novels.
Mm-hmm. Novel
is a strong word. Books, and it was like a shark eating T-Rex, and I was like, yeah. I'd buy that if I was in 5th grade.
I like the idea of the guy who wrote the Master and Commander series meeting the guy who wrote the Meg series and say, "Oh, my book's about the Napoleonic Wars and a ship captain. When the entire Caribbean was a battlefield."
Yeah,
you see?
right. Yeah. Mine by Shark Big. You know how shark scary or more bigger scary? So I said, what if shark even bigger than that? So I wrote a book. I wrote a lot book. I wrote a lot book. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you tell me more about your book about Master Command?
Oh, you see, well, the 20-pound cannons.
20 pounds, not that heavy. Go ahead.
I can't do this. I can't. I can only improv as the Master and Commander, right?
Do it. Go ahead.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. I feel uncomfortable.
Do a bit.
I'm saying no.
You can't.
You
say
keep
no.
saying yes and.
No, he can't say no a bit. Everyone shame him in comments for not going along with bit.
But I feel like, you know how they have what is it, the Russo brothers that are talking about, you know, using AI to like
Who are the Russo brothers again?
they made one of the Marvel movies or two of the
Gross.
a couple of the Captain America movies, I think, and then
Okay.
they made the Gray Man. from
Brothers? They
Netflix.
need 2 people to make these movies?
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's one person to have a dumb idea and the other one to be like, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's another one to be like, good, I'll get the children.
But like I was thinking the Meg would actually be an ideal series to use the AI technology where you can like put the fans inside the movie. So it could be a
Dude,
movie.
oh
Because
my
like
God.
the whole draw of
That's
Meg.
exactly what's going to happen.
The whole draw of Meg is like it's not really the shark. It's mostly like the panning shot of like the beach, and there's like there's like a cute little dog, and it's got like an annoying owner, and there's like a shot of that one, and so you're like, ooh, maybe one of them's gonna get eaten by the shark, and then it pans to like the horny college kids that are like playing grab ass in,
Right,
in
yeah.
the waves, and you're like, ooh, maybe like the sexy teens are gonna get eaten, and then
Right.
and then there's like a fat like boorish husband, and you're like, oh, I'd like to see that guy get eaten. Like I feel like
Yeah, who's
applying.
most tasty eat?
Yeah, that's sort of
And
the
it's all
draw
people
of a
you kind of
movie.
want to die or you want to see die.
Right. Well, yeah, it's playing on that thing where it's like, well, okay, nobody should get eaten by a shark, but
But if I have to watch
if
a
you
movie,
have to pick, like, which
if I have
one
to
of
watch
these-
a movie about guy getting eaten by a shark,
Yeah. So I
I
feel
would
like
like to choose most plump guy.
most marbling.
Most marbling guy. Someone
Yeah.
whose shark will afterwards be like, wow, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote script. And
So-
then I make money.
But that feels like an ideal format to use the AI because it's like, oh, look, we could put my friend Dave on the beach. Like maybe he's gonna get eaten by the shark.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're that's almost a good use of AI, and I take that with a grain of salt. Like, I don't mind that as much as I mind the fact that character that's written in every fucking Marvel movie, that's just like
The fanboy character.
the fanboy
Yeah.
character,
Yeah, maybe
is
they
going
could-
to be
yeah.
you. They're gonna scan your face, and you're gonna be that person. You get
Yeah.
to watch yourself.
When are we gonna be done with that character where it's like, oh my gosh, You're the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I'm so like, we're never gonna be done with it.
I kind of like the Mandalorian now, just because my son really likes.
Likes Grogu and sees him and starts meowing
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he thinks it's a cat.
He thinks Yoda. He calls the Mandalorian Yoda, and then when he sees Baby Yoda, he's meow. He says meow, meow, like every time.
That's
Yoda,
really
it's
cute.
really good.
That's really cute, dog.
Yeah.
We're parents now, dude.
Mm.
We're parents and we're live streaming.
So how old
That's
is Karina now? She's 6 months.
7 months, dude.
7 months.
7-month-old baby, you know.
You're at that stage where you're like, all right, I know you could crawl, just fucking crawl.
Dude, that's exactly where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
We were there. I remember that.
But then
I was like, okay,
eventually
he
it
could
happens.
like turn himself all the
That's
way around
that's
in a
what
circle,
she does.
and I'm like, dude, and he'll like his butt would go up and down,
Yeah.
and I would like try to push it down so he could use it like,
Right.
as an inchworm, like you're
it's
supposed
so easy.
to. Yeah, but then one day they just figured it out.
Oh, yeah, taking a little long.
I know.
I feel like babies are stupid as
They're
fuck.
so dumb.
They're so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All they do all day is cry, eat hot chip, and lie.
Oh, speaking of hot chips, sorry. Do you know? Okay, so do you know about the Flamin Hot movie?
Oh, no.
Okay,
And
so
when you said it, it hurt.
no, so they're making a Flamin Hot Cheeto movie. Which
How's it?
it's about the guy who invented the Flamin Hot Cheeto.
Oh,
I heard about that and I was like,
okay.
that's a cool idea.
Oh, that's better.
I like Flamin Hot.
I thought it
Cheetos.
was going to be just like the Flamin' Hot Cheeto is like what if snack food character, like the algorithmicization of fucking everything now.
No, it's about the guy. Well, supposedly it's about the guy who invented Flamin' Hots. Which,
so it's like the
it's
Nike Air movie or the Tetris movie.
It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
At my stepson's baseball games, all the regular chips are $1, but the Flamin' Hots are $2 because that's how much the kids like the Flamin' Hots. They're
I'm
double
sorry.
the price of the other
I'm
ones.
so sorry. Can you say that again? Are you saying that they are taking advantage of the little?
I don't know if they're
children's?
taking advantage or if
They're
it's
they're
like,
upselling the fucking Flaming Hot.
they could be doing that, or they could be doing like a Bloomberg health tax thing where it's like you don't actually want
Oh,
your
shit.
kids to eat the Flamin' Hot because
Yeah, but they're collecting the tax.
yeah,
It's not like
Yeah,
that
they're- no,
goes
they're
to
ben-
the
they're-
Flaming Hot board.
sure, but like $1 for chips is pretty good deal. Like where
I-
you
I-
gonna get that deal?
I guess so.
Also, this is another thing that you're gonna learn as a parent. Nowadays, I don't know if this is true of LA, but we pay for our kids to be in sports, and then when we go watch the games,
They
we
charge
get charged admission to
Get the fuck out of
yes,
here.
Yes,
You get charged to watch your own
yeah,
kids
like
play?
$7.
What the fuck?
Yes.
How is that
I
allowed?
don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And because
They're just-
everybody telecommutes now, like, when we were kids, the whole point of like playing sports was like your parents would drop you off at baseball practice
And say bye.
and say bye.
Bye.
And then they'd have an hour and a half to themselves.
Yeah.
Now parents like stay and watch the kids.
Dude, people honestly, I've can I just say, like, for realsies, I'm like fantasizing about daycare. Like
No,
yeah,
oh yeah.
Because-
you waited longer than we waited.
dude, because like I love my child. I love her more than anything in the world. But it's every day.
Yeah.
And now she's at the age where like if she can be alone for a little, just chilling and like, whatever, like
It
being
really is the
but now
perfect-
she like needs so much, and I'm
Yeah.
just like I can't. I
No,
got
it's
work to do.
it's the perfect punishment for a comedian because it's like, well, now someone else
Dude.
needs your attention 24 hours a day.
I know, and you know what? She's pretty funny.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
kind of worth it.
Oh yeah.
But it's crazy annoying. Like the idea now,
When
like
they
now-
start doing funny stuff that you didn't teach them, that's when you really
that's when you fall in love.
that's when you fall in love. That's when you
Yeah.
understand like the whole
Like
the
loving
whole,
your
like-
child. thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're making a movie about this guy who invented the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. But guess what?
What?
He didn't actually invent the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. He's just like
Oh
a guy.
yeah, Antonio Meucci did 1 year before Alexander Graham Bell.
For the last decade, Richard Montañez has been telling the story of how he invented Flamin' Hot Cheetos. The world has been eating it up. It goes like this. He was working as a janitor at Frito-Lay's Rancho Cucamonga plant when he dreamed up a chili-covered Cheeto and believed in himself enough to call up the chief executive to pitch his spicy idea. Of course, blah, 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 blah.
This all sounds fake.
Yeah.
So
Watching his many recorded speaking engagements, it's easy to see why his story has taken off. Montañez is a charismatic speaker, and his tale of a Mexican-American underdog whose ingenuity conquered the corporate world is a rags-to-riches fable baked into the origin of a wildly popular snack. Montañez has built a lucrative second career out of telling and selling his story, appearing at events for Target, Walmart, Harvard, and USC, among others, and commanding fees of $10,000 to $50,000 per appearance.
what?
His second memoir, Flamin Hot, the incredible true story of one man's rise
Wait,
from
what's
janitor to top
what's
executive.
the first memoir about?
It's the time before he was a janitor.
What's the first one about? Why? Like, the publisher must have been like, "Wait, you're not going to talk about inventing the Flaming Hot at all in the first one?" It's like they got to wait for the second one. The
Actually,
second one is when it really said.
You know who did this is Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He wrote
a whole book about another band he was in.
No, he wrote a whole book that goes up to the point where he started, where he joined Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then he's saving all of the Chili Pepper stuff for the second memoir.
I mean, I get that a little bit because I can imagine Flea's first 16 years were pretty wild.
I mean, it was pretty good. I liked the book.
Yeah.
And I feel like Flea has done enough living to maybe support that much memoir. But
Right.
Anyway, a biopic based on his life to be directed by Eva Longoria and produced by Christian super producer Devon Franklin for Searchlight Pictures is set to begin.
Christian super. There's a Christian super producer.
Apparently, this is kind
of a Christian movie.
faith-based adjacent, which I did not know actually until I read that paragraph.
Oh wow.
There's just one problem. Montañez didn't invent Flamin' Hot Cheetos, according to interviews with more than a dozen former Frito-Lay employees, the archival record, and Frito-Lay itself. None of our records show that Richard was involved in any capacity
How did he get this far?
in the Flamin' Hot test market.
This far? How did he get 2 memoirs?
We have interviewed multiple personnel who were involved in the test market, and all of them indicate that Richard was not involved in any capacity in the test market. See, the thing about this is his story is better brand story than the actual brand story.
Right, because the actual brand story, I'm sure, is we had our food scientists trying a bunch of shit, and then
Yeah.
eventually, that's how it works, is they got food science people.
That doesn't mean we don't celebrate Richard, the statement continued, but the facts do not support the urban legend. Flamin' Hots were created by a team of hotshot snack food professionals starting in 1989 in the corporate offices of Frito-Lay's headquarters in Plano, Texas.
Much worse story.
Yeah.
So much more boring. First of all, hot shot, fuck off.
Yeah.
Hot shot.
Yeah, brand executives, fuck off.
Yeah, I have pitch. This
Yeah.
is the same voice for every guy. I have pitch, new chip. Okay, new chip idea. Chip tastes like gun. No.
You should pitch that now.
Chip.
I mean,
Chip tastes like blood. No. New idea.
that is
new idea.
honestly
Chili lime.
no. They got the water called Liquid Death. That's a huge
Yeah.
thing now. I feel like if you came out with gun barrel flavored potato chips.
Gun barrel is
Yeah.
very specific. Gun barrel is just for those of you who want to fucking die, chew on this for a little bit first.
They could just have that scene of Mel Gibson in the first Lethal Weapon.
That's a really good idea. A gun barrel flavor. That's really good, actually.
A junior employee with a freshly minted MBA named Lynn Greenfield got the assignment to develop the brand. She came up with the Flamin' Hot name and shepherded the line into existence. Montañez did live out a less Hollywood version of his story, ascending from a plant worker to a director focused on marketing. He also pitched new product initiatives, which may have changed the path of his career. But Montañez began taking public credit for inventing Flamin' Hots in the late 2000s, nearly 2 decades after they were invented. First, he talked about it in speeches at local business and philanthropy award ceremonies.
Dude.
Then the online media, hungry for a feel-good story, took his claims viral. And nobody at Frito-Lay stopped him. Most of the original Flamin' Hot team had retired by the 2000s, but the few who remained let the story spread unchecked. Greenfield contacted Frito-Lay in 2018 after first seeing that Montañez was taking credit for Flamin' Hot Cheetos, triggering a company investigation. That process unearthed evidence calling his account into question and led the company to the conclusion it shared with the Times. We value Richard's many contributions to our company, especially his insights into Hispanic consumers, but we do not credit the creation of Flamin' Hot Cheetos or any Flamin' Hot. See, the thing is, like, his real story is just as good. Like, he didn't come up with Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but he invented the brand story for Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Which-
like, he was smart
and-
enough to realize, like, hey, wouldn't it be a cooler story if the Mexican janitor at Frito-Lay like came up with the idea of Flamin' Hot Cheetos? And
Yeah.
Frito-Lay was kind of just like,
Yeah.
yeah, that is a
Yeah.
better
It's
story.
like, Will Hunting muy bien.
Yeah. Bueno Will Hunting.
Bueno, Will Hunting. Yeah, it's like it's a better story. And we are living in a time where like just inventing a better brand story, like they're going to make a movie about that is what's going to happen. Ugh, I hate brands.
Yeah. According to Eva Longoria, we never set out to tell the history of Cheeto. We are telling Richard Montaña's story. and
It's
we're
a fake story.
We're telling his truth.
That's not I love Christians. I love Christians. His truth. It's a capital T truth, so it can be a lie without anyone calling it out.
That story never. Sorry, it's been shadowed by a Blockbuster Times story. The movie's been shadowed by a Blockbuster Times story disproving Montañez's account of his role in the origin, published in 2021 when the film was already in development. Nevertheless, the project moved forward. That story never affected us, Longoria said in a recent phone interview. Feels like LA Times would have better resources dedicated to more important things.
First of all, since when has the LA Times had better resources to focus on more important things?
Yeah.
This is their beat.
Yeah. First of all, this shows that you know nothing about the newspaper industry.
Yeah, and especially nothing about my fucking local newspaper, which is basically just a trade paper for promoting new movies. That's what it is. It's a movies newspaper.
I mean, I feel like she could just be honest.
Yeah.
It's a good story. It was already in development.
We're already making it. It's going to be a good movie. It being kind of fake is like, I mean, the victors write the fucking histories.
Like, what's worse, us telling this lie or like the entire ending of Argo? Like,
Yeah, right. Exactly. Wait, what? Argo not real? What do
or
you-
like Zero Dark 30, where like the entire thing is pretty fake.
Zero Dark 30 not real? How'd they find Osama bin Laden then? Sound off in the chat if you know how they found
But
Osama bin Laden.
I like that they're she's trying
I think
to
it was torture.
she's trying to shade them for just like pointing out the basic fact that the movie's based on like a guy's fake story.
Yeah, it's because they already made it and she doesn't want to admit that when she heard that it was all fake, she was like, fuck.
I mean, this
This is going to be my big one.
it goes to your point about people talking about Feinstein, which is like the defense for any of this shit is to immediately go into like touchy-feely
Every time.
social justice language.
Yeah.
Now, or it's like, oh, we're telling his truth.
Yeah, right.
It's like, okay, but
Well, that's very specifically Christian language. Like telling his truth to me, like
I don't know that it's
Christians
specifically
invented
Christian.
that.
I feel like they're doing the same thing that the big Elizabeth Holmes profile
Yeah,
did this week,
that's
where it's
true.
like,
That's true.
was she a scammer, or is it really that like people don't want to see a strong woman?
Yeah,
succeed?
people hate a girl boss.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, like she really isn't that much different than like other tech founders, but like you can't,
Except for
you can't use it as a defense when it's 100% true.
Right, and except for like, I'm sorry, but if your fucking app is made and distributed based totally on just fucking hot air that you just blowing
Yeah.
out and like fake buzz, that doesn't hurt nobody. But like being like, we have your medical results, you do
Yeah.
not have cancer is like
Yeah.
super fucked up. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm just
That's-
imagining the Maury, the Maury segment.
Yeah. You are not the father, but you got AIDS. Don't know how it happened. Yeah, it is it's true. They do use that language there too, but I feel like when you read that out, I was like, I hear a capital T truth in that, and that feels as soon as you said it was like, a Christian super producer, I was like, the faith-based aspect of this is going to change the calculus as to how much they're willing to lie or how much they're willing to swallow that's not true and like embellish.
Or I think it's more that they're just holding tight to the fact, like they're not acknowledging the untruth of it. It was like they're like, no, that's not the point though.
Yeah.
It's like, well, but you, the whole point of you made it the point.
It's
by making a movie about it.
Right, yeah, that is the point. Okay, hold on. Someone just said it took 20 years after the movie came out for someone to be like, "Oh yeah, the guy in Catch Me If You Can made all that shit up." Wait, which shit? Because he was making shit up as he was. Frank Abagnale Jr. was a con. He's saying he made up the thing where he made stuff up. Dude.
Inception, dude.
Dude, that's Inception level shit. My brain.
Richard's story is our story. We are all Richard Montañez, she said.
We're all Dick.
There's been a time in our lives where somebody said, no, ideas don't come from people like you. No, that job isn't for somebody who looks like you.
Okay, yeah, all right.
No,
You're right.
I don't think you're quite qualified for that.
Okay, it's not the Christian thing.
And so I think we are all going to relate to his perseverance and his belief in himself. How he was just like, why not? He dared to ask by why not me? But why not me? See, the thing is, like, he did do that.
Right, but about
not,
making up a story.
But not in the way that she's saying.
Yes,
like,
yeah, he did do that. He said, why not? Why can't I just invent this brand story?
And he did.
And
I
he
mean,
did.
like,
He did
Colonel
do that.
Sanders wasn't an actual colonel either.
Right.
Like, that's a good... I like the idea that someone could just be a self-appointed Colonel Sanders. Like,
yeah.
You didn't have to even be part of the chicken company. You could just be like, oh, yeah. Those are my.
Gonna start
that
doing
was
it.
my blend of 27 spices.
I invented the Szechuan sauce at McDonald's for Mulan. That was me.
Uh-huh.
I was the first one to say, "What if we made Szechuan sauce?" And I talked to Ronald McDonald himself. I went up to him. I said, "Hi, Mr. Clown," and I said, "Have you thought of Chinese Szechuan sauce?"
Mm.
And I was working as a janitor at the time.
Oh, yeah? When did you get that job?
When I was 16.
Oh, okay.
I really did. I worked at McDonald's.
Yeah, I do. I remember that.
Yeah, I worked at McDonald's. I wasn't just the janitor.
Mm.
Well, I wasn't really the janitor at all. It doesn't matter. I was working the cashier, and I made the fries.
So, okay.
And I made the Szechuan sauce.
So...
Prove me wrong.
I feel like...
a Jew can't make Szechuan
Yeah.
sauce? I looked in the mirror and I said... Why not me? Why does it always have to be Irish clowns who make all the sauces at McDonald's?
Mm-hmm.
I said, when is it going to be a Jew's turn to make Szechuan sauce? And I did.
That's good. No, but so when you worked at McDonald's,
Yeah.
is it really the way we think it is where people order a thing and there's like a picture of a Big Mac on
No.
the cash register?
No. There was like, I mean, I bet there is now because why wouldn't there be? But at the time, it was like there was a code you had to put in. Yeah, there was a menu. It was a whole thing. I had to like learn a little bit of how to use the computer guy, as it's famously called at McDonald's.
Yeah. Oh, that's Matt. He's computer guy.
Yeah, he puts it into computer guy. He tells computer guy one burger plain. It was. I had to learn some stuff. Guy called me retarded. It was great.
A customer.
Customer called me retarded.
What'd you do wrong?
I didn't even get his order wrong. It was like while he was saying his order, I repeated it back wrong. And he said, I know that 90% of the he was black. I know that 90% of the he was very old.
Okay.
I know that 90%, he's kind of a jazz guy. He's like, I know that 90% of the population is retarded, but you're not retarded, are you? Looks at my name tag. Matthew.
Wow.
Yeah. And I went, no, sir, I'm not retarded. Which is like.
He was doing like a reverse Bagger Vance on you.
Yeah. He was not magical.
He was not there to uplift you.
No, he was reverse Bagger. Exactly.
He was actually there to he was
shade
there
me.
to bolster your imposter syndrome.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's like, now I'm worse at golf. Can you get this caddy out of here? I don't give a shit he's magical. He's making me bad.
He keeps undermining me.
He's undermining me. I usually do great. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Did you? So I remember around that time. I feel like a friend was working at McDonald's, and there was someone who had come in, and they lived in one of the Big and Tasty test markets, but we didn't have the Big and Tasty.
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
And so he was like trying to order a Big and Tasty.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like that's not a thing. And the guy was like. It was kind of like a Mandela effect thing where it's like, are you fucking gaslighting me right
He
now?
was like,
I know
there's a Big and Tasty.
every week. They're delicious. Will you just give me one?
Yeah, and they're like, sure, there is no Big and Tasty. Sure. And all of a sudden they call like one of those like
We only got spaghetti.
old school mental hospital guys with a butterfly catcher. It's okay, sir. You can get your Big and Tasty in the van.
Come with me, Napoleon. We have plenty of Big and Tasties back at the ranch.
Napoleon. No, I used to have Big and Tasty. No, yeah, I remember. But they released Big and Tasty wide, right? That was everywhere, wasn't it?
It was, but all things
Eventually.
Well, yeah, like there's always like a test market stuff, and then there's a lot of stuff that starts in certain markets and like doesn't go to the broader market right away. But like in the pre-Google age, you wouldn't know that. Like now you could just be like, oh, what's this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like what is it in? I think in Canada, I want to say they have like a chicken Big Mac where it's like a Big Mac with McChicken patties. Where I'm like, oh man, I want that thing.
Oh, I don't want that.
Oh, I do.
I don't like that idea.
But yeah, but like now like we know about those things and we know about secret menus because you can just Google that shit. But back in the day,
That's true.
like someone could just tell you like, oh yeah, what are you talking about? Big Mac? We never heard of it.
Right, yeah.
And you would just be like, what? Am I losing my mind?
Right. You could go to a different McDonald's and find out like they're the ones that still put the cocaine in the Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have one piece of content.
Oh wow, you waited until now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's any good.
You don't have to shit on your own ideas. You could just
No, but I need to shit on it.
Okay.
Someone asked, is the only Sopranos pod still going? Yes, it's a The Wire pod now. It's called Pod Yourself a Gun, The Wire edition. It's actually called Pod Yourself the Wire.
It's called Pod Yourself the Wire, and it's on the Pod Yourself a Gun feed.
It's totally fine. The show is called Pod Yourself. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's still going on. Anyways, have you ever seen Sling Blade?
I still haven't. I keep meaning to watch it. And I still
Me
haven't
too,
seen it.
for years and years.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Never seen it.
Oh, I thought you did the voice because you'd seen it and like you knew about it.
No, because I just know other people said
We should watch it.
Have you
for the
ever
pod.
seen the trailer?
No.
Okay, we're gonna watch the
Oh,
trailer
please.
because I just watched it, and I was enthralled.
I remember
so to
when it
speak.
came out.
Yeah,
I remember when it was a thing. It was sort of like the era of the Outsider auteur. I feel like there was Life is Beautiful, and then there was Sling Blade, where it was like, oh yeah, this weird guy just made this movie, and it was
Right. So the thing that I didn't know was that Billy Bob Thornton wrote, directed, and starred in Sling Blade.
yeah, like I said, the Outsider auteur era. Like he's like the positive version of Troy Duffy.
Right, exactly. And like the career that he made from it, I think is fantastic because I love Billy Bob Thornton. I think he's a really fantastic actor.
I do too.
And I didn't know that his origin story was this fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that he was in a movie where he played like some
You know
sort
how
of
you can tell that he had like
handicapped.
a weird origin story is because you look at him and you see what he
Right.
looks like.
Yeah,
and
you're like,
well,
how?
obviously
How did he do it?
That guy would not have come through Hollywood in the traditional way.
Yeah, yeah. So it's clear that talent has brought him a long way. But yeah, so for years I was always just like, yeah, that's like, I don't know, that's his My Left Foot or his fucking Forrest Gump. But I didn't know it was actually his Boondock Saints.
His Good Will Hunting.
His Good Will Hunting. And so I was like,
This was Stupid Will Hunting. Like, he did the reverse. He flipped it on him.
so I decided
He just goes. He just smeared his shit on the equation on the wall, and people were like, "What's wrong with that guy?"
So I decided to watch the trailer for it. And I want to share it.
Do you think that's where Montañez got his like I was a janitor story? Is like partly from Good Will Hunting?
100%.
Yeah.
That's where you get that story. Okay. So just presented without comment. This is the trailer for Sling Blade.
In a few minutes, we're going to be in a room with a killer.
What you want to know is what I'm doing in here.
Okay. So I did not know how over the top this accent was.
I didn't know the music was that over top, like it was like a horror movie.
This movie does not know what genre it is, or the trailer doesn't know. And here we go.
I killed some folks quite a while back. They told me I'm well from it now.
Why are you letting him out?
He's free. His time's up. That's the rules.
This was a Miramax movie, so you know, like Harvey Weinstein was integral to this promotional process, by the way.
After 25 years, Carl Childers is coming back to his hometown.
Carl, see if you can figure out what's wrong with this thing. Won't crank up and everything seems to be put together, right?
It ain't got no gas in it.
Finding a friendship he never had.
My name's Frank Wheatley. What's your name?
Carl's my name.
Who's that strange-looking man behind you?
That's Carl. I met him at the laundromat.
Nice to meet you, Carl.
And a family he has always wanted.
Mama said you can stay over with us. I like the way you talk.
Okay, I forgot that there used to be trailer guy voice in all of these movies before.
That guy was great.
And it is like wild the amount of heavy lifting trailer guy is doing this. He's doing the whole story.
Well, I like the way you talk.
Just how retarded are you?
Stop, though. Mama has a boyfriend. He threatened to kill her if she ever left him.
And you're gonna learn to live by my rules.
Doyle is a monster.
But when the darkness comes back into his life,
He's mean to you and your mama.
he's forced to make a
Okay, look at this shot. You got everybody in there. Like, this is he wrote and directed this, and I'm like, oh yeah,
decision
okay.
he hasn't had to make in 25 years.
I'm gonna kill you deader than a doornail.
Starring Dwight Yoakam, John Ritter, J.T. Walsh. Written, directed, and starring Billy Bob Thornton.
Will you ever kill anybody again, Carl?
I don't reckon I got no reason to kill nobody.
Is this movie bad?
I don't know, but I want to watch it now. It can't be
really-
bad because it's got Billy Bob in it, and it's got all those good actors.
I mean, listen, it's got
That was a
John
hell of
Ritter.
a cast. J.T. Walsh, John Ritter, and Dwight Yoakam.
Yeah, no.
Sign me up.
And Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
But
And that kid is like pretty famous now too.
yeah, right? That kid looked hella familiar.
Yeah, I
Was
forget
that
what
Paul Walker?
No, it's not Paul Walker.
But it's the other guy.
it's like Paul.
The Tokyo Drift guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. What's that guy's name?
Paul Runner.
Shut up.
I'm having fun.
I feel like his name's like Luke or Lucas or some shit. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
Blade.
I just gotta.
Why are you letting him out?
He's free. His time's
Childers is coming back to his hometown.
Carl, see if you can figure out what's wrong with this thing. Won't crank up and everything seems to be put together, right?
It ain't got no gas in it.
And I ain't got no guy. Like what?
I like the era of pop culture we're in, where we just like rediscover things from 4 and 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like we keep doing this with network TV now because network TV shows, like if you watch HBO, like I feel like most of our demographic does. Like
Sure.
if Succession is a big show to you, you have no idea what's happening on network TV,
Yes,
and
right.
it's like a dispatch from like a foreign country.
Yeah.
Please play the clip from The Good Doctor that I sent you.
Yes. We have to get into The Good Doctor.
Because okay, so this is the new. It's like Walker told me I have AIDS. The Walker
Yes.
told me I have AIDS clip mixed with the scene from One Tree Hill where the dog eats that guy's heart transplant.
Yes. Okay, so first,
So yeah,
The Good Doctor, if you don't know, is a show about a kid who's got
Yeah.
who's autistic.
we talked about it at the beginning of the show. He's autistic, Doogie Howser,
Yeah.
sort of.
boy, I'm a girl.
You're transgender?
Yes.
No, Quinn has XY chromosomes like Jared and me, not XX like you. Science says he's male.
No, Quinn has gender dysphoria. Her assigned gender is not one she identifies with. She's mismatched, Dr. Murphy.
But biologically...
Other than biologically, how do you know you're supposed to be a boy?
Your question doesn't make sense. I'm not supposed to be anything. I am a boy. Biologically, that's it.
Sorry, I thought you were gonna play the other clip.
Oh, can I just say right off the bat, I am very much enjoying that the show has got a guy playing an autistic guy and I think is that not a little girl playing a trans person?
Yes. Yes.
And it's just like been on the air for 6 years
and no one noticed.
And no one noticed. No one was like, wait a second. Like no discourse came out of it.
Zero.
And I think that's actually beautiful.
And probably 7 times as many people saw that as are watching Succession.
Yeah, no, it just makes it so much better. Okay, I found the clip that you sent. Okay, hold on. Let me share it.
It's also a funny premise for a show because it's like, what if a doctor didn't have a good bedside manner? And it's like, oh, you mean like most doctors?
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, where is it? It's in here somewhere.
It's in your email.
No, I know, but I clicked it. I clicked it. It is. Okay, it's not that.
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one.
So I know, but I have to. There it is. Okay, here we go.
You really suck at lying.
I know.
Too bad. It's an important social skill.
So how do you know when to lie?
When people need to know things, they need to know. If they don't, lie through your teeth and feel good about it.
What if they need to know the truth, but it'll hurt them?
Some can handle it. Some can't.
So how do you know who can and who can't?
You tell the truth. If they like you after, then you'll know. If they don't, then it doesn't really matter anyway.
You have cancer.
You really suck at
Great button to that scene.
It is. It's
so that kid, the guy playing the autistic doctor, is the kid from Finding Neverland.
Oh, I never saw that.
Oh, it's so good.
Do they find it?
I loved that movie. I really liked that movie. That's like one of the. That was before. That was when Johnny Depp like actually was still a good actor.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's still a good actor. He just he needs to stop trying to be in movies that are about pirates.
I think somewhere between it was probably Pirates of the Caribbean. I was gonna say that it was Alice in Wonderland when he stopped being a good actor, but I think you're probably right that it was. I think it was probably when he played Keith Richards and everybody was like, "Oh, look, he played Keith Richards as a pirate. What a good idea!"
So smart.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just like stuck on the Good Doctor being. He's autistic, and the acting choice is talk like robot, and it's like it's amazing to me because for years I was like, what is the Good Doctor? Could be anything, and the fact that it is this and nobody knew.
Sia made that movie about an
Right?
autistic kid
Yes,
and just got ruined for it.
Destroyed.
And this is so much worse.
It's so much worse. It's just he's like transphobic. He's just going around telling kids they got AIDS and shit. Like he is, and also he's like a teen, so there's like more going on there. Like he's very young, and he has no social skills, but he's just a damn good surgeon. So,
I mean, it's teaching the nation's olds how to not be so problematic, I think.
Is it? I hope it is.
Maybe, because it's like, oh, yeah, he didn't know about trans people because, he's autistic.
I love that. Just all the fucking...
Which is weird, which
all
is
the
not
hogs
true life,
watching, just going like, oh, man, you know, if that little fucking retard could learn something, then I could learn too.
Matt, you can't.
I'm saying that's what they would
Oh,
say,
yeah. No,
not
you're doing,
me.
You're doing a character.
I'm doing them.
JoJo!
I'm doing the fucking hogs who would watch that show and learn something from it. At the same time, you know, maybe they do. I just am not a believer that that hogs learn from content.
Well, yeah, I think that's true to our experience.
That's my experience with, you know, like, you know, the people watching TV and saying like, oh, the Daily Show is gonna change the world because they show the hypocrisy. I'm like, nah, people, they're not learning nothing from it.
No learning.
They're not learning, dude.
No.
And so,
God bless them.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm actually laughing.
Yeah, exactly. Same. Same. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Was that a live fraught?
I think that was a live fraught.
Oh my God, guys!
Did people really enjoy me looking like us looking at our laptops while sitting on a couch? Does that really like add to the experience?
Yeah, like sign off in the chat if you think this is good. Give us heart. We'll wait. Hell yeah. If anyone is wondering why the camera is moving like that, there's a ceiling fan above, and the camera's on this really thin plastic fucking stand.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you guys must have such a hard time filming your sex tapes with that thing. It's probably like,
bro,
falling down. And
if I ever filmed a sex tape
from all the shaking,
I wouldn't use the goddamn Sony Handycam.
Why not?
Because it's just
it's only for filming yourself jacking off.
That's for filming myself coming in my own mouth.
Okay.
Handy cam. Yeah, dude, I think that was a great pod.
Yeah.
What are the comments saying before we get out of here? We go, he keeps telling me to call. Oh, I missed the context there. Hell yeah, love watching people looking at their laptops. I think they meant that sincerely. Jordan Peterson wants to film a sex tape too. All good comments. Show Vince's rugby scar.
Which one?
The one that you were talking about, where the Jamaican lady said, "Real men have scar."
No, it's not a scar. It's just a red mark.
Oh, maybe he's talking about a different rugby
I
scar.
have a discoloration right there.
How do I just not show any comments? Oh, here's the
From
thing.
being binded on.
Look what you can do. Check this. Donate. Patreon.com. Frotcast@gmail.com. Vince Mancini eats men's weenies. Well, I think that's a pod.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for being our guest, computer. And patreon.com/Frotcast for all of the bonus episodes. We're going to be putting the audio of this on that. And
VinceMancini.substack.com.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's on Substack now.
You can read my articles free of ads, which is actually, that's a benefit now.
Absolutely. Ad free. Oh, look at this. This guy's name is Matt Lieb, #1 fan. Is that Francesca? I bet it's Francesca. Yeah. So VinceMancini.substack.com. Subscribe now. And the 10,000th subscriber, Vince will show whole.
At a certain point, I'm going to figure out how to make it so you can get a code to show that you subscribe to the Patreon already and get a discount on the Substack. I don't know how to do that right now.
We don't know how to do that.
At some point.
There'll be a way. Yeah. Someone sign off in the chat if you know how to do that. So yeah, check that out. And then of course, listen to the new season of Pod Yourself, The Wire, on the Pod Yourself a Gun feed. You can listen to all that by subscribing. Frotcast@gmail.com for all your questions, comments, and concerns. Vince, what is the Google Voice number?
415-275-0030.
All righty, Roo, everybody. Thanks again so much for listening and for watching this hastily put together, fucking thing. And until next time, good night and good chins.